Have you heard the news lately? Reports have been circulating about clowns luring children into the woods. And as chilling as that sounds, I was one of the first to experience it. What happened to me was utterly terrifying. For safety reasons, I prefer to remain anonymous, but here's my story. I'm 14 years old and live in a small town in South Carolina with a population of around 130 people. It's the kind of rural place where everyone knows everyone. The summer was nearly over, and I had a job at the local lumberyard. My job was straightforward. Helping customers load lumber into their vehicles kept me physically active, and the best part? The lumberyard was only a mile away from my house, so walking to and from work was part of my daily routine. One evening, after finishing my shift at 9:30 p.m., I began my usual walk home. The moonlight illuminated the freshly paved road, and the dense forest on either side buzzed with the sound of crickets and frogs. I put in my earbuds, letting music distract me during the 30-minute walk. About halfway home, I heard a high-pitched laugh, so strange that I pulled out my earbuds to listen more closely. The sound didn't repeat, and the chorus of frogs drowned out any other noise. Shrugging it off as my imagination, I continued walking. The next day started normally. Around 1:30 p.m., I walked to work under the bright summer sun. On the way, I kicked a rock down the road. It's a habit of mine, and it landed next to something bright red in the dirt. I bent down and picked it up, realizing it was a clown's nose. What's this doing out here? I wondered. It was odd, but I carried it to work, thinking it might amuse my coworkers. It got a few laughs, and I didn't think about it again until my shift ended. That night, I started my walk home without my usual music, as I'd forgotten my earbuds. The air was thick with fog, and the moonlight cast eerie shadows along the road. About 150 yards ahead, I saw what looked like a deer standing in the middle of the street. But as I got closer, it bolted into the forest. I walked past the spot, but then I heard footsteps behind me. I stopped in my tracks, confused. Deer don't usually come back once they're spooked. Hey there! My heart skipped a beat as I turned around. Standing in the middle of the road was a clown. He was tall, wearing dirty, baggy clothes with faded colors. His makeup was smeared, his eyes dark and hollow. "You have something of mine," he said, his voice slow and deliberate. "I need it back." My hands trembled. I don't have anything of yours." The clown tilted his head. "Well, if you don't have my nose, I'm going to need yours." Panic surged through me. I turned and sprinted as fast as I could down the road. I could hear his bare feet slapping the pavement as he chased me. The sound grew louder, and I knew he was closing in. My lungs burned, my legs ached, but I kept running. Suddenly, headlights illuminated the road ahead. A truck crested the hill, and I waved my arms frantically. The driver stopped, and I glanced behind me. The clown was gone. I jumped into the truck and explained everything to the driver, who immediately called the police. To this day, I have no idea where the clown came from or how he disappeared so quickly. No cars were parked nearby, and there were no houses for miles. Since then, I've learned that similar incidents have been reported in other places. Clowns lurking in the woods, stalking people at night. Is this some kind of cult? A group of deranged clowns trying to terrorize people? I don't know, but I'll never look at clowns or the woods the same way again.